We're live in Israel. And you can see here, we're at the gate of Tel Aviv.
No, it's a video.
And we've been refused entry to bring in the sheaves to the house of the Most High. They suggested that we pray in the fields. But the scripture, look at the dark cloud. Look at the black cloud over us. Now look over, show them over there, how this light over there. How this light over there. But you got this big black cloud over us. You see. You know, so the witness of this is the Most High has saw what has happened. They have prevented all our people from coming. They've challenged us from even sitting here. We told them we were going to be here for the Holy. Refused entry from the national park, a place, a play, when this is our holy place. This is the point that we've been making all the time. According to Israeli law, they are not supposed to refuse us entry to our holy place to pray. And this is exactly what has just happened here today. We have been refused entry for our holy place to pray by the national park. We didn't come here to play. We came here to pray at our holy place. According to the scriptures, their feet have slipped. God, that black cloud, is the true judge here in keeping his children in the holy place. One of the first times in the year where the children are supposed to come and present themselves. You saw us do it all. Came to this gate, they refused us. So now Esau's feet has slipped. The scriptures said it would happen, and it has happened. He has walked a tight line. But today, when the one servant, the beloved servant of God, came to bring in the sheaves, came to present himself before God, they prevented me. Woe unto Esau today. Your feet has slipped. And you think Chief is upset? Absolutely not. Your feet has slipped. Because now you have offended the Most High God from keeping me from keeping his commandments. No more is the sin upon the house of Israel. According to the scriptures now, the curse that was upon us now this day. Wow. Everything that we did in offense to the Most High God, because you've stopped me from coming to pray and present myself, that curse is lifted off of our people today. And now it's upon you. I hope you enjoy the curse. Walla walla. And this is what, guys? Live in Israel. Show them our flag over. That flag is soon going to be flying. Hold on. That's our flag. That flag is soon going to be flying all over the whole land. Walla walla.
Shalom, shalom. Let's just jump right into it, what Chief is talking about. Okay, you see him at the gates of Zion, right? And he's not able to be, he's not allowed entry to take the sheaves into Zion, right? So let's get into what is he doing, right? Let's check a couple verses in Psalms 126, 5 and 6, or 4, 5, and 6. Okay, Psalms 126 says, "Turn again our captivity, O Lord, as the streams in the south. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy." Okay, we're sowing in tears and we reap in joy. Okay, he that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed. So as you can see, our brethren, Chief Amaria Hashua, is at the gates. Okay, he's bearing precious seed. Okay, shall doubtless come. Okay, you can see as the gates being closed, they try for us to doubt. Okay, you seen me trying to get on the plane in Newark, New Jersey to head over on that 17-hour flight to Telerah, to the Valley of Weeping, to Psalms 83, to the Valley of Weeping, and you seen me be refused. That's what happened though by the whoever you call those people, the airliners, the stewardess or whoever at the gates. They were only taking people on that Pacific flight that had Israeli passports. So you can see we got denied at the airports, we got denied in the borders, we got denied in the actual into the park, the national park, the Zion, okay, in the city of David. So that's what the scriptures is talking about in 126:6. It says, "He that go forth." So as you've seen our brother go forth, our brethren went forth to the gates to take the sheaves, right? And weeping, he went weeping, bearing precious seed. All right, that was the sheaves. Shall doubtless come? No. All right, we don't doubt ourselves. We don't doubt from rejection because it's all prophecy. Okay, again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves. So it said, we shall not doubt. Again, we shall come rejoicing, bringing our sheaves to that same location. Okay, so understand what the Most High is doing. So that's what he's basically trying to show you. So no, it's not a time of weary. We continue to weep, all right? We continue to weep, all right? And we continue to bear the precious seed, okay, rejoicing. We will be bringing the sheaves. So we can go over to Leviticus 23 and 11. Let's go to Leviticus as it can break down that what's going on, like what's going on in the Feast of Unleavened Bread, okay? That starts the Passover, that starts it, and the 7 days of Holy Convocation. Okay, and after that on the 8th day, that's what he's doing. On the 8th day, he's actually taking the sheaves, okay, into Zion, okay, the sheaves from the land of Israel, okay. So let's go to, what I say, Leviticus? Yeah, let's go to Leviticus. Alright, so what are we talking about, people? Okay, let's go to Leviticus 23 and 4 to 12. Okay, we'll catch that in 11. Okay, we're talking about the Feast of the Lord. Okay, let's go down to the actual Feast of the First Fruits. Okay, we'll start here during the Passover. Okay, because it's the Passover, and then we'll explain that the next day is the Feast of First Fruits. Okay, so you got your first fruits, and we'll show you a precept of that in your what you call New Testament in 1 Corinthians 5, 7, and 8, and 1 Corinthians 15, verses 20 to 23. We'll show you how it's the same thing of a dedication. Feast of dedication is Christ being your Passover, representing the 7 days of your unleavened bread. Okay, the same as the sacrificing of the lamb. As we can see, we'll show you in 1 second. So as we go to 23, 4 through 12, let's read it real quick. It's the Passover. It said, "These are the feasts of the Lord," okay, even holy convocations, which shall be proclaimed in their seasons, okay, which is in the month of Abib, and the other seasons for the Feast of Tabernacles and Feast of Dedications. Okay, in the 4th day of the first month, all right, at evening is the Lord's Passover. We explained that in the previous video. You check it out. And on the 15th day, okay, so this will be the next day. All right, on the 15th day of the same month, okay, of the month of Abib would be the Feast of 11. So the first day is the Passover, which we've seen that. And then on the 15th day would be the Feast of Unleavened Bread. On the 15th day, the day after the 14th day, which was the Passover. So on the 15th day, okay, the 15th day is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. All right, the Feast of Unleavened unto the Lord. So 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread, because it is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. That is the dedication to Yahweh HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, and that is to the Lamb. Okay, now in the first day ye shall have an holy convocation, ye shall do no servile work therein. Okay, so the first day of your Feast of Unleavened Bread, and the 7th day you do no work. Okay, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days. In the 7th day is a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work. Okay, you should do no servile work on that 7th day. Okay, now, And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye become into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest, okay, shall reap the harvest, therefore then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits. Okay, so that's what was happening, a sheaf of the barley of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest. Okay, so that's what the brother Hashua was doing, our chief Hashua. He was actually taking the sheaves of the first fruit of the harvest unto the priest, okay, to Zion. And ye shall wave the sheaf before the Lord. Okay, so he was taking them to the house of tabernacle, right, the city of David, before the Lord, to be accepted for you, for us, on the day, all right, on the day tomorrow after the Sabbath, okay, after the holy convocational day, the priest shall wave the offering for the sheaves, okay, and ye shall offer that day. So this will be on the morrow after the holy convocational day. Right here it says the Sabbath. Sometimes it say the Sabbath, sometimes it says the holy convocational day. And ye shall offer that day when ye wave the sheaf, and ye lamb, and he lamb without blemish, okay, of the first year for the burnt offering unto the Lord. All right. So that's what's going on in Zion. Remember, only in the place where the Lord shall choose. Okay, so Deuteronomy 16:16. Remember, in the place, all right, from the Lamb that the Lord, all right, the Lord, Jah Allah, Hawa Allah, shall choose. Allahim shall choose. Okay, so this was going down in Zion in the city of David. Okay, the first sheaves, the first fruits, all right, the sheaves, and without blemish the first year of the burnt offerings of to the Lamb. Okay, so you can understand what's going on is that the brother again was taking the sheaves. Okay, was taking the sheaves into the priest where the land, the city of the tabernacle. Okay, the city of Zion. Okay, and so, and you can see is what's happening. Now let's go over to, as you can see, just so you know, the non-believer, let's go over to 1 Corinthians 5, chapter 5, 7 and 8. Okay, 1 Corinthians chapter 5, 7 and 8. Okay. Okay, it says, purge out. Okay, 1 Corinthians 5, 7 and 8 says, purge out therefore the old leaven. Okay, so this showing you the same precept and showing you a better bird's eye on far as high as the reputation of Christ. Okay, purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. Okay, for even Christ, our Passover, is sacrificed for us. Okay, now we already talked about that rendition of the Passover lamb without blemish, right, on the Passover. The fact that it's about the blood, right, the blood. All right, the blood being the salvation, the blood being is what saved us from the angel of death. So understand that. So when it's talking about you must eat and drink the blood, you understand it's talking about the priesthood. You must endeavor and overstand the priesthood, all right, of the Father, all right, the priesthood, all right, the priest of Shalom. Okay, so therefore let us keep the feast. Okay, not with old leavened bread, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread and the sincerity and truth. Okay, so it's all about the laws, commandments of the Most High. So that's what it's talking about, with about the blood, and eating and drinking the blood is understanding that you're in a contract. You're in a contract to do the Most High's commandments. So that's just reassuring you, giving you edification, you know, of the Most High and His commandments, being respect of the Most High, fearing and keeping His commandments. That's what it's about, keeping the commandments of the Most High. Okay, so it's a beautiful thing as we transition. Now, as you can see where he talked about, children of Edom. Okay, O children of Edom, O Israel, for your iniquities, all right, have passed over. Your iniquities are how should we say it? The punishment of your iniquities is accomplished, O daughter of Israel. Okay, so that's what he's talking about. So Esau is actually setting a trend for his own defeat. Okay, so when we go to Lamentations, let's go back over there. Remember, we hit you over the head with that. Let's go back over to give you to remind you again. Okay, we're gonna hit you over the head with the sword. Remember, we ain't cutting you just yet, but we just hitting you over the head with it to let you know it's real. All right. So Lamentations. Let's go to Lamentations 4:22. Okay, and this will set us up for our next video. And what our next video is actually talking about, we back on Trump again. Trump just gave a press conference, about the actual who, yeah, HWO, who is who, right? Who is who? Who is who? Who is actually the World Health Organization? All right. Some of you call them Illuminati. All right, the World Health Organization started back when this so-called Rothschild and the Israelites, right? This Jewish nation started in 1948, all right, along with the United Nations. Okay, matter of fact, the World Health Organization is basically part of the United Nations. Okay, and we're gonna break that down. We're gonna get into that link. But this is what this is about. So actually, Trump doing the duties of the Most High. Okay, he's doing the duties of the angels, the assembly. All right, our army of angels. Okay, what he's actually doing, he actually stopped all funds going to the World Health Organization. Okay, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna break it down. But we're going to let you check that video, okay? The World Health Organization started in 1948, which is what I told you. But United States funds 400 to 500 million per year to this organization. And what they do, they're in charge of the United Health Care. They're in charge of everything that has to do with health. China funds them $40 million a year. And what they did, right, for Trump to trump them, pull out his Trump card on them, right, to stop all the funds from the United States from going to him, what they did is basically they didn't impose the sanctions to close up the borders. All right, so meaning that they could have closed up the borders for China and not allow China to come in, nothing from China to come in early, so it would have calmed the virus down, the COVID. It would have calmed it down. Now we understand that. Listen, you see, your enemy is losing his money, and that's exactly what the Most High said. The Most High said that the veil will be pulled over, okay, and our eyes will be able to see are the iniquities, the sin of Edom. So that's what's happening right now, right in your face. Okay, so pay attention to what's going on. Trump has actually pulled his Trump card, okay, and the Most High is working out all this because now he's stopped Edom money. He said he was going to stop all their funds, and that's how he was going to be able to pull the veil from over them, so you can see who's been pulling your tail. You understand? Who's been pulling and riding your coattail? All right, and basically, what do you call it? Extorting. All right, the children of Adam. Okay, so let's get over to Lamentations 4:22, and you can see what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, we'll start at verse 21, okay, to set the foundational ledger of what's going on. Okay, it says, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto you and to thee." Okay, "Thou shalt be drunken, and shall make thyself naked." So that's what your boy just did, man. He just stripped them. He just lift up their skirt. All right, that 500 million a year gonna make you realize you should have closed them borders up. So basically, I mean, it's all prophecy though. So your stubbornness, your heavy heart, Your stiff-neckers, your clamorous is now going to catch up with you, Edom. Okay? For our Creator has hardened your heart. It says the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Don't trip. You see, our brother was at the gates. Alright, the gates were locked. They never should have done that. Okay, so now you understand that the Most High is working. We stand vigilant. We showing penance to the Creator. Alright, we showing reason over passion. Okay, we never doubting, never forsaking the Creator. Okay, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee into captivity. It's done, finito. It's done away with. Alright, you see gas down to 79 cents per gallon. You now you can go get your steaks and your lamb. They cut the prices in half. But be careful. But my people, as you can see, Esau's hand, his foot has slipped. Alright, so rejoice and be glad, O daughter. Alright, of Edom that dwellest in the land of Uz, for your cup, the cup shall also pass unto thee. Alright, you shall be drunken, and you shall make yourself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity, okay? The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. Okay? Elohim will visit, alright, will visit thine iniquity, thy sins, O daughter of Edom. Of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Baal Hashem.
Today I'm instructing my administration to halt funding of the World Health Organization while a review is conducted to assess the World Health Organization's role in severely mismanaging and covering up the spread of the coronavirus. Everybody knows what's going on there. American taxpayers provide between $400 million and $500 million per year to the WHO. In contrast, China contributes roughly $40 million a year, and even less. As the organization's leading sponsor, the United States has a duty to insist on full accountability. One of the most dangerous and costly decisions from the WHO was its disastrous decision to oppose travel restrictions from China and other nations. They were very much opposed to what we did. Fortunately, I was not convinced and suspended travel from China, saving untold numbers of lives. Thousands and thousands of people would have died. Had other nations likewise suspended travel from China, countless more lives would have been saved. Instead, look at the rest of the world, look at parts of Europe. Other nations and regions who followed WHO guidelines and kept their borders open to China accelerated the pandemic all around the world. Many countries said, we're going to listen to the WHO, and they have problems the likes of which they cannot believe. Nobody can believe. The decision of other major countries to keep travel open was one of the great tragedies and missed opportunities from the early days. The WHO's attack on travel restrictions put political correctness above life-saving measures. Travel bans work for the same reason that quarantines work. Pandemics depend on human-to-human transmission. Border control is fundamental to virus control. Since its establishment in 1948, the American people have generously supported the World Health Organization to provide better health outcomes for the world and, most importantly, to help prevent global health crises. With the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, we have deep concerns whether America's generosity has been put to the best use possible. The reality is that the WHO failed to adequately obtain, vet, and share information in a timely and transparent fashion. The world depends on the WHO to work with countries to ensure that accurate information about international health threats is shared in a timely manner. And if it's not, to independently tell the world the truth about what is happening. The WHO failed in this basic duty and must be held accountable. It's time after all of these decades.
Shalom, shalom. So, we talking about who is who? Who is who? Who is the World Health Organization that's under scrutiny? So you see Trump today, actually, or could have been the other day, but recently, okay, the World Health Organization, WHO, is in the spotlight as it champions the global fight against the new coronavirus, but faces a funding freeze from the United States President Trump government. Okay, so this to prove what's going on, that he actually froze the funds that was going to the World Health Organization, man. Basically saying they're what do you call that? Inadequate. So you said, here are main features of WHO and its work, to give you a little better description. What is it? Okay, the WHO is an agency of the United Nations, okay? United Nations that is set up in 1948 to so-called improve health globally, all right? So as you can see, it was a mass new world order of health, okay? Of a global health care and global health response, period. It has more than 7,000 people working in 150 country offices, 6 regional offices, and its Geneva, remember the Geneva projects? Its Geneva headquarters. Its Director General, currently the Ethiopian Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, all right, is elected for a 5-year term. Tedros' 5-year term began on July 1st, 2017. All right, so there's a lot of nations within this United Nations, okay? And you already know, is these nations against the children of Adam? Of course. All right, what does it do? All right, the WHO stated aim is, right, so-called to promote health care, right, to promote health, keep the world safe and serve the vulnerable. Okay, it has no power to impose health policies on national governments, but acts as an advisor and offers guidance on best practice in disease prevention and health improvement. It has 3 main standards of work: aiming for universal health coverage in every country, preventing and responding to acute emergencies, promoting health and well-being for all. Okay, what does it do? Like a lot of international institutions, the WHO suffers from false perceptions about its scope and resources, right? The WHO is not the world's doctor, but even though they act as if they were, it does not provide treatment or conduct disease surveillance, although it does advise national and international authorities on those matters, right? It has no powers of sanction, and the information it collates and publishes is only as good as the data and expertise it gets from the member states and its technical specialists. Is every country part of it? The WHO has 194 member states, 194. Every country except Liechtenstein, which is a member of the United Nations but is not of its global health agency. They appoint representatives to the World Health Assembly, which convenes annual and sets World Health Organization policies. These policies are implemented by the World Health Organization's executive board, composed of members technically qualified in health. Who pays for it? You. You pay for it. All right. The WHO member states provide funding. The WHO, your member states. All right. The World Health Organization member states. Those 194 member states provide funding via 2 routes. Okay, access contributions and voluntary contribution. Assessed contributions and voluntary contributions. Okay, the WHO budgets are Benile, okay, spanning 2 years, okay, biennial, biennial, I thought, but it's biennial, meaning spanning 2 years. Its 2020 to 2021 budget is almost 4.8 billion, not million, billion, okay, up 9% from previous 2-year period. Okay, assessed contributions are calculated on the basis of a country's wealth and population, while voluntary contributions are often targeted by the donor at specific regions or diseases such as polio, malaria, or infant mortality in poor areas. Okay, philanthropic foundations and multinational groups such as European Commissions are also major donors of World Health Organization. Okay, the United States is the biggest overall donor and had contributed more than 8 million, almost $1 billion by the end of 2019 for its 2018 and 19 biennial funding period. The Gates Foundation is the second largest donor, followed by Britain. Okay. All right. What are seen as its major success and failures? Okay, the WHO is widely credited with leading a 10-year campaign to eradicate smallpox in the 1970s and also led global efforts to end polio, a battle that is in its final stages. All right. In the past few years, the WHO has also coordinated battles against viral epidemics of Ebola in Congo and Zika, Brazil. All right, and Zika in Brazil. Okay, all right, you can form your own opinions about that. I'm just bringing you the news that was hit over my head. I mean, you can form your own whether you think they are for you or against you. But Hawa says if you for us, then who could be against us? Hawa is for us, so who could be against us? Are they against the Creator and the children of Adam, forming in 1948? Look at the healthcare today. Okay, you can answer your own questions. Look at the healthcare today. All right, look how it's in a frenzy and been in a frenzy before Obama and after Obama. Okay, so you can tell, where is the healthcare and what the Medicaid and all this. Look at our elders, how they don't have the funding. You can tell that it's been. We've been basically, what do you call that word? Extorted out these funds to take care of this organization who has basically robbed us. All right. So they say that in the past few years, the WHO has also coordinated battles against the viral epidemics of Ebola in Congo and Zika in Brazil. Okay, in the current COVID-19 disease outbreak, while many have praised the WHO's leaders, Trump has accused it of being China-centric and giving bad advice about the emerging pandemic. Okay, which is true. I mean, like he said, they could have closed up the borders. They could have induced to close the borders. Gave an opinion to close the borders. And not allow that virus to get over here so fast. In the past, the WHO was accused of overacting to the 209 and 10 H1N1 flu pandemic and also faced widespread criticism for not reacting quickly enough to the vast Ebola outbreak in West Africa in 2014 that killed more than 11,000 people. Okay, so we we funding almost $1 billion a year, we got, a collaboration of the United Nations called WHO, World Health Organizations, who's supposed to be on top of all these diseases, viral, biochemical, all type of diseases. But we can see these mass killings, 11,000, okay, from the Ebola, and we're talking about this COVID-19 is going to kill way more than that. Okay, so we can see that God is moving with His right hand. Okay, His assembly of angels to make sure that that the veil is pulled over Edom. Okay, the veil is pulled over the church. The veil is pulled over the synagogues. The veil is pulled over your business schemes. The veil is pulled over all your schematics. Okay, the veil is pulled over your blueprints, showing us, you know, how you just been taking money, laundering money to support these organizations. Now the Most High has completely stopped all of it. Okay, completely stopped all of it. Alright, so I got a brethren, man, that's going to break it down for you. You know, he's going to put this in layman terms, alright? I'll let my brother, man, he put it down in the most simplest ways as possible, alright? Our brethren, alright? From a tribe, alright? From a tribe of Jacob, alright? He's gonna give you an overall synopsis on what Trump is talking about and the forces that are working with us, and we know that's the Most High. We know that's Hawa Allah, Ja Allah, Elohim, El Shaddai, and to inform us about the forces that are working against us. Okay, and he's going to enlighten us on a bunch of other organizations that will also soon be. The veil will be pulled over. The sins, the iniquities will be revealed, okay? Her iniquities, all right, will be revealed. So before we do that, I want to go over to Job real quick. Job chapter 5, all right, because it tells about the sins, the iniquities of the evildoers, okay? So let's go over here real quick, and then we're going to jump into that real quick hot shot video of my man putting down the foundation of what's really going on, okay? Breaking it down for you in layman's terms. Shalom, my people. Shalom, Shabbatah. Alright, I hope you staying way up. We way up in the forest all the time. Alright. Way up in the forest all the time, man. Chilling with the brethren. Alright. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, let's go to Job. Real quick. Job chapter 5. Okay. 5. We're going to go to start at 11 real quick. Let you know what's going on. It says to set up on high, okay, those that be low. Okay, that's what the Most High is doing now. Okay, the undesired. Okay, the children, the undesired. All right, the undesired. He's going to set up on high. Okay, those that be low, that those which mourn, okay, may be exalted to safety. Okay, that's what's going on. We're mourning, we're weeping, we're whelping to the Creator. Our women's are mourning, okay, crying out to the Creator. We're lamenting to the Creator, letting them know that we need reparations, okay, to come out of Babylon, to go and build the temple, okay, all right. Job 5 and 12, he disappointed the devices of the crafty, okay. So what y'all doing? The Most High is all over it. You understand? Allowing the disease to come over. It's all prophecy though. So what you're doing, you don't understand that the Most High is hardening your hearts. So you can act in this clamorous way. Okay, so you can act in this stiff-necked way to perform the prophecies. Okay? And it's also going to be prophesied against you as you move into your prophecies. Okay? So their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Okay? He's going to cut your hands off, man. You will not be able to perform your businesses, your enterprises, okay, your Fortune 500s, you know, the healthcare, all this world health, you understand, the world trade, the economics, the tariffs, the import and export. You won't control that anymore, Edom, okay? He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, okay, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor with a sword. Alright, so y'all get y'all swords ready, man. Actually, we in the sword right now. Okay, but he saveth the poor with a sword, okay, from their mouth and from the hand of the mighty. Okay, so the poor have hope. All right, and iniquity stopped her mouth. Okay, behold, happy is the man whom God corrected. Okay, who God corrected. Therefore, despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. Okay, we're being chastised by the Almighty. Okay, so we love Him. We showing penance. We showing long suffering. It's Christ-like. All right, we stand with holding steadfast to the commandments. All right, for your flesh, you understand, would be a sacrifice. You understand? So let's show penance to our Creator. Let's show reason over passion. Okay, so we're gonna get into this video, man. I'm gonna let y'all check it out. All right. For remember, for He maketh sore and bindeth up, He woundeth, and His hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 there be no evil touch in thee. In 7. All right, that in 7. All right, remember that number 7. So that's a representation of Christ. All right, Baal Hashem, Abba Hawa, Yahweh Shua HaMashiach. All right, y'all check out this brother, man. This brethren. All right, this brethren of the tribe of Jacob. He gonna hit you over the head with true, sound, righteous knowledge. All right, yeah, man. All right, watch him hit you over the head, boy. Shalom.
Bang. What up, fam? Source God. Yo, fam, you see what's going on with your boy Trump, right? Shutting down the World Health Organization. And a lot of you guys don't know the seriousness of this, or the ramifications of this, because you don't really understand what the WHO is. And what the WHO really is, family, it's the medical arm of the Illuminati, who you people call the Illuminati. All right? The Moriah wins, the conquering wins, right? The princes and principalities of the air, Satan's people, whatever the fuck you want to call them, the shaitans, the whisperers, right? The ones who control policy. The World Health Organization is the medical branch of the Illuminati that writes the medical policy for every country on the planet. So when you see Trump kicking them out, he just kicked out and shut down the medical wing of the Illuminati, the New World Order. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that this means that Trump's a good guy. What I'm telling you is the exact same thing I've been telling you from the beginning. The Illuminatis are at war with each other. They're not getting orders from the other side. All the minions are fighting and scrambling, trying to grab a piece of pie for themselves. You know what I mean? And at the same time, escape the judgment with them and their own. They don't care about anybody. It's a thing called every man for himself right now. You see me? They're all beefing with each other. See? So this is how you have to understand and know. This is why that you can see the hands of God in this shit. The Most High is in this shit. The Most High is confusing them, confounding their works as it's written. You understand me? So like the Illuminati now, family, take these Moriah conquering wins. They're made up of different factions. So you have the World Health Organization, the World Trade Organization, which is the next one Trump said he's going to dismantle. The World Trade, they control all the economics. They make economic policy for the whole world. That's the Illuminati branch that does that. Seeing? The World Trade, NAFTA, North American Free Trade Agreement, and all that bullshit. You see what I said? Yeah. All right. Then you have the Jason Society, the Jesuit Army, the Vatican, the royal families, and all that shit. The Bohemian Club, they control all the presidents. The Bilderberg Group, right? They write policy for like political shit. You see what I say? But these are all different factions of what you call the Illuminati. So when you say Trump, I'll go after the World Health Organization, that's Trump directly going after the Illuminati's medical branch. Seeing? So how are they gonna bring in their fucking New World Order when they're being dismantled right in our face and everyone's losing faith in them? Remember, they have to control your hearts and minds in order to control you. They can't just physically enslave you. It won't work. There's too many of you. You will just swarm them. Don't you get it? Don't you guys see what's going on? We're on that timeline. We jump to the proper timeline now, family, where things are going to work themselves the fuck out. These people have lost. Their power's done. We're on the timeline where we win. You understand? The real world. We're going to the real earth, the true earth. I keep telling y'all. And now you're going to see it for yourself. The proof is in the pudding. They're all at war with each other. Their whole empire is crumbling right in your face. The World Health Organization did not release a virus that caused themselves to be shut down. That you guys understand. If you can't see that, then I can't help you. It's obvious. They're not in control of this. I told you the shit mutated on them. It's running through it. It's a plague. See it? And there's more than just that out there going on. There's a lot more. You feel me? Not to mention the sky gods are in play. Not to mention all the angels, everything's in play. You see me? I said nature's in play. The frequency's in play. No, they're not in control of anything. And this thing with Trump should prove this to you. And the fact that he openly said he's going after the World Trade Organization, come on, man. If you guys can't see what's going on, then you're just completely blind. Or you're a fucking agent. Scheming as usual. You see what I said? Trying to get people to get their energy to the wickeds when I'm telling you the wickeds are done. This will be my whole point the whole time. Them niggas are done. They're all at war with each other. They can't even keep it together amongst their own little circles. So why are you going to follow them and listen to them? It's time for you to stand up on your own. Start getting self-sufficient. Start getting your mind right to be on the frequency and ride this wave to the new earth. You dig? Yeah, man. Stay stuck in the old world. You'll see what happened to you. You end up a cyborg with a chip in your fucking brain living in some fake-ass virtual augmented reality with these monkeys. You understand? While we're in paradise. Yeah. So anyway, if you want to ride with us, ride with us. If not, you already know what it is, fam.